All right, we're set up over here at the lathe, and let's just see how it's going to run after we put the lathe in gear. All right, let's try that again. So don't worry about the fact that it's not running on center. All we're going to do here is take a face cut. Let's go for a little more speed here. I got a little out of balance, but I think we'll be all right. Okay, so hopefully we're in frame here. My GoPro software, or actually the GoPro phone app, isn't working for some reason. So hopefully you guys can see this. All right, so I got kind of a goofy looking cutter set up here. Just a round nose high-speed steel. There's no back rake on it, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. So let's give her a try and see what kind of a chip we get. First thing we're going to do is clean off these the ends of these bolts a little bit, get everything flat. Okay, what happened? Okay guys, hopefully that's in frame. I'm having trouble with the GoPro smartphone interface, so I can't see what you guys are seeing. So if that wasn't enough, then I go to start the lathe and nothing. So I look at the VFD and it's off on emergency stop. What the heck's going on? So I thought, well, I just bumped the emergency stop button, but nope, that was fine. And then we've had a mouse running around here in the shop. We've been trying to catch him. No luck yet. So I figured, oh, that little bugger probably got into the VFD or got into one of the junction boxes and chewed through the wires. But long story short, it was a loose terminal. Been loose from day one and just decided to show itself today. So all right, so let's go. Let's get this thing running and see if we can trim off these excess on these hold down bolts. Pick a speed here. Okay, we just got a piece of high-speed steel in here. It's just a rounded cutter with no back rake. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. All right, let's feed in a little bit more. I got a carbide tool also. I want to see what this high-speed steel is going to do when we finally get down to the meat of her here. I don't know what kind of chip it's going to make. Okay, let's set up some auto feed. We're getting halfway decent chip, so I think we'll just go with this high-speed steel and see how it looks. Okay, that's really not a half bad finish, all things considered. I think we're just going to make one more real light pass. We're a little light. If you guys can see, we're a little light here. We still have a little porosity. So let's see if we can get that cleaned up. Okay, well I was actually hoping for a little nicer finish, but for a light machine, I think that's probably as good as we're going to get. And it's good enough for what we're doing. Let me clean this up and pull the faceplate off, and we've got to flip our plate over, and we'll come back. Okay, well after wiping everything down, the finish doesn't look half bad, so I think we're good. This is probably complete overkill. Using 6 bolts to hold this on. 4 probably would have been plenty. Oh well, smoke them if you got them. All right, let me get these lined up and placed in there. We're bolted on, everything lined up nicely. Side. And these spacer blocks, they're going to be somewhat sacrificial when we turn the outside round. We're going to get into these blocks a little bit, but I mean they're just mild steel blocks, and they'll still be usable. They'll just have one funny looking edge as well. Okay, we're set up here. We had to turn our tool post around and reposition our cutter. We've got a carriage stop down here so that we don't get into the faceplate. And let's see how it runs here. So it looks like we're centered up pretty good, although it won't matter because we're boring it out. So let's make it round first. Get rid of those sharp edges. We're going to switch cameras. Okay, I've got the camera right where I need to work, so let's see what happens. Hopefully I won't be blocking this too bad. Come around the other side. So this is going to be an interrupted cut here. Let's get a little oil. I'm just going to be feeding this by hand. That way if it gets out of control, we can get out of it quickly. Guys, I'm getting pelted with chips here, so I'm gonna shut the camera off and get this turned down a ways, and then we'll come back and look at it. I got a little better cutter going now. Much better. I tell you what, these are some hot chips coming off of there. They're going right onto my hand here. Woo. Okay, I'll bring you back when we get closer to being round. Okay, we're round. This is a finished cut. We're actually doing a shearing cut on the way back out here. Try to get a nice finish. We were getting some really nasty chips. They weren't breaking at all. I had to keep stopping and clearing the chips. Okay, let me see if I can set up to break these edges. See how our finish looks here. Yeah, we can do better, I think. I'm going to feed in 1,000. And let's reverse our feed. And we'll take just a slight cut on the way out. Good enough. Okay, I think that's enough for tonight. We'll set back up tomorrow. We got to finish doing our taper, and then we're gonna put a little relief in here, and then that'll be it for the lathe work. Okay, this is really hard to get on camera, but I've got the protractor here, trying to measure this angle, trying to hold the phone and the protractor and the spindle, but I think I've got it matched up here. Okay, let's take a look at what that reading is. Guys, you're gonna have to take my word on this one. It's 82 degrees and 20 minutes. Really hard to zoom in that close. Okay guys, hey, I matched the angle of the compound with the protractor, and I don't have enough hands to run the compound and hold the camera, but I ran it back and forth, and we're good enough. We're within a thousandths over about an inch and a half travel. Here's our tool bit setup. So this is a TP. That's actually a 62, and I'm not sure what the C6 is, but it looks like it's just a plain carbide. There's no chip breaker, and it's got about a 1/16 nose radius, so hopefully that'll do a good job for us. And I've got it with just a slight negative camber for a little extra clearance. I've got our spring calipers set up here so that we can stop a little short. What I want to do is when we get about 2/3 of this taper board in there, I'm probably going to blue it up and then check it with the spindle and see how we're matching up. Okay, let me get the other camera on and we'll get started. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've touched off and we've zeroed. Take a 20/1000 cut. Quick bozo check. Take another 20. All right, let me go grab the spindle. Okay, we're only going in about 1/3 of the way, so let's take a little more. Okay, we're set up again. Okay, so the couple of my buddies stopped by, the machine shop police, and we off camera. I glued this up with just a Sharpie and held it in here, gave it a little bit of a turn, and I'm liking the contact pattern. I think our angle's pretty good. We got a dry spot there. I think the Sharpie had dried before I got it in there. But so far so good. We're going to keep on going. All right. Okay. I'm just going to keep checking this with every cut. I don't want to take the chance of going past our mark. Okay guys, we are getting close. In fact, I'm going to blue this up one more time. Let me grab a Sharpie. See if I can do this a little quicker this time so the ink doesn't dry out on us. All right, let's see what we got. Looks like we're a little light in the back. Okay. I'm going to do that one more time. Okay, we got a real thin coat of high spot blue on there, Prussian blue. Let's see what we get. Try to come in as straight as we can. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to mess with anything. We might be able to get it a little better, but more than likely we'd end up making it worse. So we're just going to go with it. Let me try it with an even thinner coat. I'm going to have to show you guys my lacquer thinner can. I was trying to open it up, and I guess I've had it pretty long. The whole top broke right off. Now I got to find something to put it in. Look what happened when I tried to open my lacquer thinner up. The whole cap just broke right off. Jeez. I've only had this can for 20 years. Found it at a yard sale. Luckily I got another container, so I got to get this transferred right away. Okay, so we have just a real thin. I just wiped it off, the majority of it, so it's real thin coating. Okay. I don't know how well you guys can see that because it's pretty faint, but again, I don't think we can do any better. We're just going to go with it. Okay, I'm gonna try something here. We are getting really close, guys. Let's see if I can get a feeler gauge in there and determine how much insert we get versus how much material removal. Okay, we're not even close with that one. Let's go with a 23 and a 20, so that'll be 43. That's pretty close. Okay. What I'm shooting for is probably about a 10 thousandths. Ooh, wow. I think that's going to be it. Let's see what we ended up with. Just grab one at random. Here's the 6 thousandths. Okay, so 6 goes. Here's a 10. Let's try that. Okay, 10 is a little tight. Not everywhere, but depends on which way I put pressure on this. I think we're going to call it. Tell you what, I'm going to blue this up one more time, and just out of curiosity, see what our contact looks like. Okay, we're blued up again, real thin coat. Let's see what we get here. All right, it's a little heavy in the back. Might take a little paper and just try to work that spot a little bit. Yeah, this is a little dangerous, guys, so I know the safety guys are probably going to make comments here. think there's still enough blue on here. Let's give it a try. Not perfect, but I think we're just going to live with it. Okay, we're going to move on to the next step.